These women knew they would get arrested if they went to this protest, but they decided to go anyway because they really believed in the cause. They are willing to give up their freedom for it. At least, so they thought. But now as their hands are tightly zip-tied behind their backs and they get patted down by cops, they do start to have regrets. They feel helpless. Almost every square inch of their bodies gets touched, and there is absolutely nothing they can do about it. The cops thoroughly pat down their butts and thighs, firmly grab their breasts, and touch their private areas without a heads-up or an apology. They feel so violated, and they just have to take it. With their wrists securely tied together behind their backs, they couldn't even rebel if they wanted to, and they haven't even arrived at jail yet. They can't begin to imagine how helpless and humiliated they'll feel when they're forced to wait for hours in cuffs and chains amongst other criminals. Then to finally get released from their uncomfortable restraints, only to have to undergo a strip search, to have to take off all their clothes, bend over, spread their cheeks, and have the guards take a good look. Even though they know very well these peaceful protesters don't have anything to hide, they know it's not the end of the world, and they probably won't have to stay locked up for very long, but they're still really not looking forward to any of it. This inmate is still relatively new to life in jail. She's only been locked up for 3 weeks now, and she still has to get used to some rules, like she's never ever allowed to defy her guards. This morning she refused to get out of bed on time. She just wanted to lie down a little longer. She figured she wouldn't get in trouble for this, but unfortunately for her, that's not how it works. She is being transported now to an extra secure cell block for defiant inmates. There the rules are much stricter, and the guards don't show the inmates any mercy whatsoever. She doesn't get placed in regular cuffs. She gets restrained extra tightly to really let her know in how much trouble she's in. She better learn her lesson from this, otherwise she'll remain locked up in that cell block for a long, long time.
Now I really don't feel like it anymore.
When this woman got put in these restraints, she felt more helpless than she ever did before, which was quite exciting at first. But now she's been locked in these tight shackles for hours, and her wrists and ankles are really starting to hurt. And it's really driving her crazy how she can't even do simple tasks, like wipe some hair out of her face or scratch an itch. She really can't take this any longer. But unfortunately for her, she will have to spend the next few months of her life locked up in jail, where she will constantly be put in restraints, no matter how much she grows to hate the feeling of total helplessness. This young woman feels utterly helpless and violated as her entire body is being patted down while her hands are tightly cuffed behind her back. She is powerless to do anything about it. She'll just have to endure whatever the guard put her through, no matter how humiliated, uncomfortable, and ashamed it makes her feel. This is all her own fault, after all. When you break the law, you gotta face the consequences. Her crimes can't go unpunished. This is exactly what she deserves, whether she likes it or not. Diana Marilyn Lopez, as if being escorted through public in chains wasn't humiliating enough. This woman stumbles and almost falls because of her leg irons, really showing how helpless she is right now. She must also hate how she is being filmed with multiple cameras in this situation. The most humiliating moment of her life. And this is only to start her life in prison. She still has a lengthy sentence to go before she finally gets to lead a dignified life again. Until then, it's nothing but being locked up in a tiny cell, obeying her guards, and constantly being put in cuffs and chains.